Why is the Colorado River in the news? What are we doing to it? Or better said, what have we been doing to it for way too long, for centuries? Back then and now, the Colorado River. The majestic rivers of our planet gave rise to all ancient civilizations, nurtured the advancement of many cultures, and sustained the life of all people. We would not be here without their sweet waters. The Back Then and Now series sheds light on the transformations each one of these majestic rivers has gone through, and on what they have witnessed since their geological formation until today. Let's look at what has the Colorado River seen in the past few millenniums, since it flows through the most arid area of the United States, through Native American lands drenched in blood and tears, and through the magnificent Grand Canyon, while watering the sparkling city of Las Vegas, all before running out of steam. Back then, Native Americans have inhabited the Colorado River basin for at least 8,000 years. The ancestors of Native American people were one with nature. They believed in living in harmony with Mother Earth, Father Sky, and all living elements, including man. They also believed in maintaining their traditions through rituals, some still performed today. The largest tribe in the United States were, and still are, the Navajo people, an Apache group, who are believed to descend from the Athabascan-speaking Asian tribes, who over thousands of years crossed the Bering Strait, finally reaching the North American southeast by the 1400s. The Pueblo tribes, or Puebloans, which include the Hopi tribe, are natives of today's New Mexico of the United States, and, to a lesser extent, of Arizona and Texas. They are known for their ancestral pit houses dug into the soil, as well as for the stone and earth homes built on cliff walls, only accessible by climbing on ropes. Later they developed complex apartment building-like planned villages, which could even accommodate 1,000 people. The Spanish attempts to impose Christianity on the Puebloans became excessively brutal, Inquisition-like, and ended in major revolts and wars. In the 1600s, the arrival of the first Spanish colonizers had caused changes to their way of life, starting with the introduction of horses and domestic animals. As the Spanish influence in Mexico grew by the 1700s, the Pueblo people were largely exterminated, with some taking refuge with the Navajo, who were also directly involved in the conflict. Subsequently, in the 1800s, the U.S. Army led a ruthless campaign to scorch their lands, a cruel clash that ended in the long 300 miles forced march, removing the remaining survivors from their lands. A century later, after the Civil Rights Movement, efforts were made to improve their rights, which are still lacking today in too many areas, and the passage of time has brought additional difficulties. Cowboys. The Colorado River runs through what was known as the American frontier, or the Wild Wild West. The ethos of the expansion of the European colonial settlements, which started in the 1600s, and its distinctive epithets have been embedded in the identity of the gradually founding American nation, one of the youngest in the world. If the Colorado River could talk, though, the stories it witnessed would sound much different from those covered by the media and incorporated in the so-called manifest destiny attitude. Life was harsh in the Wild West, and the new nation developed traits that eventually led to a very advanced society, divided politically on the subjects of slavery, Native American displacement, gun rights, and expansionism, but with a winning, proud, and entitled mentality. The romanticized image of the cowboy still represents to this day the quintessence of the American nation, taming wild horses, herding cattle through the wide plains of vast frontier lands, hunting bison, wearing hats, chaps, boots, and jeans, while carrying bowie knives, lassos, bullwhips, revolvers, rifles, and shotguns. Many of their traditional gear is named and rooted in the customs of the Mexican vaqueros, which themselves derived from the Spanish cattlemen from the central and southern Spain. Around the mid-1800s, the West was swamped with people searching for fast riches while digging for gold. More than one gold rush followed, from California to Dakota and to Colorado all the way to Alaska. Miners, frontiersmen or explorers, gunslingers, railroad workers, loggers or lumberjacks, and many other folk in search for a better life went west into a land that was promoted to them as practically uninhabited. But the Colorado River was there before them, and it's still there now. Let's take a look at this majestic natural wonder, at its present and its future. The Rocky Mountains gave birth to a tenacious river that not only supplies water to one of the most arid regions of North America, but has also managed throughout history to carve its path and create one of our world's most impressive wonders, the Grand Canyon. It stubbornly advanced from the mountains of Wyoming through 7 American states to reach, via Mexico, the Gulf of California, while collecting the waters of many tributaries and watering on its way the sparkling city of Las Vegas. The majestic run of the Colorado River has been captured from space as it initially rolls through farming and ranching regions, and then traverses the high desert of the Colorado Plateau, through rocks and gorges, and through some of North America's most inaccessible regions, to remind us of nature's infinite capacity of creating sensational sights. Along its way, the Colorado River is dotted by lakes, Lake Powell, Meade, Mojave, Havasu being the 4 largest, all man-made water reservoirs created by dams. Its rapids are a whitewater rafting paradise, while its parks are most desirable playgrounds for hiking, backpacking, camping, skiing, and fishing. The 446 kilometers long Grand Canyon sits on a slanted plateau, reaches 29 kilometers at its widest, and a maximum depth of 1.8 kilometers. Sections of it belong to national parks, to declared national monuments, as well as to the current or ancestral territories of the Yuman, Havasupai, Hualapai, Pueblo, Hopi, and Navajo people. These entities work to protect the canyon and its surrounding nature from being developed and mined in the future. Geologically, the canyon allows scientists to study the billions of years old composition of the Earth's crust that has been exposed there through the lifting of the plateau and the simultaneous incision of the Colorado River deeper and deeper into it. The exact age of the canyon is debated, but it seems that it was formed in stages over many tens of thousands of years, exposing rocks that are way older. The grand variety of sediments, the water features created by the Colorado River and its tributaries, waterfalls, lakes, and aquifers, have created stunning formations that make the Grand Canyon a true kaleidoscope of our planet's history. A recent new law has put under protection from mining about 1 million acres of the Grand Canyon's territory, roughly half the size of the state of Rhode Island. Efforts were also made via a collaboration between the United States and Mexico to improve the conditions of the lower Colorado and its delta. May we all manage to properly safeguard our running waters and natural wonders so that next generations don't have to only see them in postcards. In spite of running through about a dozen national parks, the lower portion of the Colorado River is mostly dry, rarely reaching its final destination due to a disproportionate use of its flow for agriculture and human consumption. This excessive control of its waters is currently being exacerbated by mining, animal farming, thermoelectric power production, tourism, and climate change. The Colorado River Delta, an alluvial floodplain that was once a sanctuary for marine life, providing fresh water to salt marshes, is currently desiccated, and its salt content affects negatively the lower Colorado. Agriculture pollution has caused its freshwater fish population to decline significantly. Food for thought. Will we be able to step back and do the right thing for the river, or will we continue to place ourselves first? Man's entitlement to take what he needs from nature is part of our species' fight for survival, but only until the tables turn, until the moment in time when we deplete nature's benevolent resources by abusing our power and by failing to curb our greed. What are we doing to our rivers might not be the right question. Maybe the right question is, who will win, the river or us? At the end of the day, nature will run its course, if not with us, then without. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please don't smash any buttons, just gently like and subscribe for more. The world is vast and it's all yours. Discover more of its wonders in our next video right here.